In today's video, let's go over the 3 must-have lenses for your videos. If you don't know me, I'm Sebastian and I make travel videos. But in today's video, let's talk about the lenses that I recommend you get when starting making videos. In my case, those are travel videos in a cinematic style. So in my opinion, there are 3 types of lenses that you should focus on when building out your kit. The first lens I'm gonna have to recommend is the one you're watching from right now. This is the Tamron 28-75 f2.8. This is a workhorse of a lens. I use it in 99% of my work. From videos like this to any outdoors video, everything is pretty much filmed on this lens. Literally, this lens is 99% on my camera. It can go from 28 to 75, and with the Sony magic button, which crops in for 1.5, meaning that it will go over 110 millimeters. Overall, it's a joy to use in any kind of scenario, whether it's talking head like this, run and gun style of shooting, and because it's an f2.1, you can really have nice background blur, and because of that it just works so nicely for all the style of shots you want to get. You can do really creative things with it, but also get pretty much everything when you want to. Also, because it has a really nice close-up capabilities, you can really focus on the details while exploring. It's really cool for the close-ups, but also for all the different shots. I can literally get 99% of my work done with just this lens. The second lens I have to recommend is getting a wide angle lens for the times where you cannot go any farther but you wanted to have a bigger picture. In my case, I opted for a tiny Samyang 18mm f2.8. It is also 2.8, but as you can see, it's a tiny lens, and the one I chose because of its tiny profile. It's really easy to have with me at all times. Even when I want to pack as lightly as possible in like a shoe bag, I can have it with me at all times because it's really lightweight, but also seems pretty sturdy. It's lightweight and it produces a nice quality picture. You can either go for a zoom range, so for example like 16 to 28, or something like this, which is something that I don't use as much as the Tamron, but when the occasion arises and I need a wider field of view, this is more than enough for me. And if you're kind of a person that doesn't really need wide angle at all times, this is definitely the one to get. It's a really tiny, but it's still very mighty. And last but not least, one lens that I just love for the creative look. In my case, this is the Viltrox 85mm f1.8. It is an amazing lens for creative look for both photos and videos, and at f1.8 it really is a dreamy picture. With its wide aperture of f1.8, and as you can see the lens is beautiful, you can really make those extra beautiful shots for both photos and videos. Usually some of my favorite shots are made with this lens. While this is a more occasional lens, it can provide such beautiful pictures that is worth having with you at all times. So around an 85mm would be a nice thing to have for those more creative, maybe even a beautiful portrait shots where the background is a little bit more squished behind the subject, but also with a nice background blur. So it's very nice. Overall, I use all 3 of those lenses for both photos and videos, and all of them can create amazing, stunning photos and videos in their own right. It's dependent on where you're gonna use it. But in short, I would say I recommend that you get something for wide angle, something that you can get as much of the shot as possible. Also get something like the Tamron 28-75, which can be used as the middle ground for run and gun shooting, somewhere where you can really do a lot of work with it, something that you can pretty much never take off and have pretty much everything covered. And one lens that is something like an 85mm that can get those really beautiful portrait shots. Or if there's any other style of shooting that you like, that would be the one that I would go for. Essentially a system of 3 lenses that can cover you in pretty much all occasions in your style of shooting. And these were my 3 recommendations for the style of shooting that I do. If you watch my travel videos, you probably know how they look, and I'm really happy with the outcome with those 3 lenses. With that being said, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you next time.